Good morning, we're home. I'm honestly so happy to be home. I was thinking about this in the car on the way home from the airport actually. This is the best thing about being somebody that loves to be home so much. Whenever I'm coming back from a trip, it never really feels like a sad thing. I'm always so excited to get back to my home and my life here and my routine here. And especially where I live now, I'm just so in love with the village and the surroundings and just everything about where I live. Getting to wake up every day and feel truly so grateful every single morning that this is where I get to live is something really special. And I just think there's nothing like a trip away to remind you, as incredible as the trip was, and we'll come on to that, like I had the best time, but there's nothing like being away from home to remind me especially how much I love being home. Something that we've not spoken about for a while actually is sort of the whole house hunting process and trying to find a family home for Kenny and I to eventually move into. And the reason that that's so quiet is I think since I moved here, I've really realised how important it is to get that move right and to just be patient and wait till something feels like it was really truly meant to be. And I think I have a list of villages now, dream villages, and I'm really just trying to wait it out and be patient and just trust that the perfect house for us will eventually come up. And obviously we're so fortunate because Kenny still has a bit of time in his contract, so it's not like we need a family home tomorrow. So I mean, what I would really love to do, I would love to pick up a family home that Kenny and I could kind of grow into and just put it exactly where my house is now. That's my dream house. Anyway, that was a huge tangent, but just to say I'm very grateful to be home as always. But in terms of the trip to Thailand, I had honestly the best, most relaxing, just the best 3 weeks there. It was just everything that I really needed it to be. Completely switched off, was so present with Kenny, and it was honestly the best 3 weeks. And I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of us. I'm so grateful for our lives at the moment and just this chapter that we're in, which I think probably sounds strange to some people because obviously doing long distance isn't always easy and it isn't sort of the ideal setup. But I really am grateful for this chapter because it's so different and it's such a learning curve, and we're both having so many experiences that we wouldn't have had otherwise. I mean, I get to spend so much time in Thailand, which is something that I never knew that I would do. He gets to travel so much and is obviously living in and fully experiencing a whole new culture, which is half of him because Kenny's half Thai, and learning the language, which I think is so cool. And yeah, I'm just really proud of him, but also just really grateful that this is something that we get to experience, because I think, you know, one day in the not too distant future, Kenny and I will live together again, and then we have the rest of our lives to sort of have that family unit, to live in the same house, to really settle and put roots down somewhere. So I really truly do feel fortunate and so grateful that we get to experience this chapter. So yeah, it was the best 3 weeks and I feel really refreshed and just really ready to get back to routine, which is what we're doing today, because I landed I think two days ago, day before yesterday. As you can imagine, I have no food in the house, and I also landed into a completely new season. We're into spring now and it really feels like spring this week. It's sun every single day, which is so gorgeous, and I just really want to have a real sort of spring reset today. There's some bits I want to do in the garden just to really freshen it up and make it feel like spring. I need to do a big food shop. I'm excited just to be in my own kitchen and cooking again, so we'll cook something together later, which we can probably eat in the garden because the clocks have changed now, so we have more hours of daylight, which again is so nice. I have some new bits to show you, and yeah, it's just going to be a really nice sort of spring reset day at home. The first thing on the to-do list is to get some food into the house, so we're going to go over to the farm shop, which I have missed so much, so let's get going. thoroughly enjoyed that. It's always the small things that just bring me so much happiness. And talking of tiny things that bring me so much happiness, I can't tell you how much I missed Rue when I was away. Hey? Did I miss you so much? So much so that I think this summer when Kenny comes home, we're going to do a road trip to France, probably to the south of France, so that we can take Rue. So I need to get all of her vaccinations so that we can take her. I love you. Shall I put you down now? Go on then, go see. Who do you think that is? I'm just showing what I got from the farm shop.
Oh, nice. Right.
I ended up just getting enough for dinner tonight because I realised I need so much that it's probably just easier to do an Ocado order or something and get everything in one go. But I did also pick up a few extra bits as well. So in terms of food for dinner, I'm just going to make a really simple garlicky tomato kind of pasta. So I got some of this pasta, which is like, I don't know, it's just like really nice, thick spaghetti. I got lots of these tomatoes because they looked so good today. A yellow courgette, some chives, an avocado for breakfast, and then just lots of garlic for dinner later. And I also had to get these tulips because I just thought they were so different and so pretty. And then with the garden in mind, I picked up a few bits for later, including this big hydrangea plant. This one's already pre-potted. And I got this pot, which I'm hoping at the garden centre later we'll find something to put in this. I just thought it was really pretty. And it kind of breaks up the terracotta pots that I've got at the moment because I think all of my pots in this garden, I think, are terracotta. So thought that was a bit different. Got lots of hydrangeas, 2 blue like this, and then 2 white ones over here. Lots of herbs for the planter that I bought this morning. So we've got oregano, thyme, mint and sage. And then I just got a few others that just flowering kind of plants that have nice colourful flowers for now. But yeah, pretty successful. And this was my pot from this morning, which looks so pretty. We also bought this from kind of like a farmer's shop near to the garden centre. We just need to get to work now and put all of this where it needs to go. So this is the plan in here. I'm so happy with how the garden's turned out. I feel like it just looks so pretty. It's really kind of brought the front of the house to life. I love the fact that there's somewhere now for the bees to go as well, because I didn't really have any flowers at all, I don't think, in the garden. No, I had none. Anything that attracts more wildlife, more insects, the better in my garden. The bird feeder that I bought a few months ago has really come into its own now. All of the birds know it's here, and they actually all hide in the hedges around my garden and wait obviously until it's quiet and come right up to the window. So just seeing the birds on my windowsill every morning brings me genuinely so much joy. I can't wait. Like, basically my only goal in life is to have a garden where I can keep animals, every type of animal. My dream would just be to have like a pig and a couple of sheep and a Shetland pony and chickens and goats and basically just any animal that needs rescuing from anywhere. That is my dream life. And huge vegetable gardens and wildflower kind of borders for the bees and the insects. That's honestly pretty much all I want in life, other than obviously a really happy, healthy family. That's the only thing that I truly care about. As much as, you know, I do like my shopping, I like my clothes, I would give all of that up. I would sell all of it for a house with a garden and somewhere for my babies to grow up around animals. I just think, anyway, that's the goal. That was, again, a huge tangent. So I'm making some dinner. Like I said earlier, I'm just gonna make a really simple but really delicious kind of summery, really garlicky tomato and courgette pasta. And then I'm gonna throw in some chives because I love chives. And I feel like chives, to me, because my dad always made this pasta salad called pink, in our family it's called pink pasta. We all know what pink pasta is. And he always puts chives into that. So to me, chives and pasta together are synonymous with summer and sunshine. So I'm gonna make that. And then I've just got out, I thought the sun's out, so I might treat myself to a glass of white wine. This is my absolute favourite wine in the whole world for two reasons. Firstly, it just is genuinely delicious. Like, I love this wine. I don't really know, I'll show you the label. It's such a gorgeous kind of light white wine, and it's ever so slightly sparkling. I think it's ever so slightly sparkling. It kind of feels in your mouth like it's ever so slightly sparkling, and it's so gorgeous. But there's also a story behind this, which makes it a really sentimental wine, because this is the wine that we were drinking on the trip to the Dolomites that we got engaged on. This is pretty much all we drank for the whole trip, except for champagne. Obviously we needed champagne. And yeah, we just both loved it so much. So when I moved in here, Kenny very thoughtfully sent me a crate of this wine, which is our absolute favourite for so many reasons. I'm going to pour myself a glass and then get started on the cooking. I realised that we spent pretty much all of today in the kitchen in this spot, but that's pretty reflective of every day in my life. I spend 90% of my time either in the kitchen or in the garden just outside of the kitchen. I only really sit in the living room when it's dark, or obviously my bedroom when it's bedtime. So probably in the summer I'll spend almost all of my time, because the days are so long, outside, which is exactly how I like it, which is what I love about summer in England. The days are so long, so I can just spend all of my time outdoors, which I love. So on that note, oh, dinner was incredible. Dinner was so good, so simple. Probably took me 15 minutes max to make, and it was so good. Some days you're just really craving kind of like a really simple, delicious pasta dish. So I will leave kind of like a list of all of the ingredients in my description. It's not a recipe because I don't know measurements. I never really know measurements. I kind of just put in as much as I want of everything and keep tasting and seeing if I need to add more of anything. But I'll put a list of the ingredients in my description. Anyway, talking of wanting to spend all of my time outdoors or get the absolute most out of the sunshine, I'm going to go outside now and read my book. But I just wanted to really quickly talk to you about these two books. So this book I did talk about in my Thailand vlog, but I know some of you may not have seen that, so I just had to briefly mention this again because, oh my goodness, this book has got such a place in my heart. Honestly, one of my favourite books I've read for so long. It's only a really tiny short story. I read it in one go on the plane on the way to Thailand, and I cannot put into words how much I loved this book. It might not be for everybody. If you're somebody that's really sentimental, really nostalgic, really likes to sort of explore the meaning of life and what it's all about and that sort of thing, I think you will love this, because I'm so sentimental, so nostalgic, so love really thinking deeply about sort of what matters in life. They're all things that I love. So this book was just perfection and so moving, so thought-provoking, kind of just so special, such a special book, and one that I know I will keep and reread because it just sort of puts a lot of things in life into perspective, and I adored it. So I just had to mention this one again in case you didn't hear me talk about it. And then this is the book that I've been reading while I was away. This is one that I know a lot of people have read. I mean, also it's seen better days. This one, as you can probably tell, has been into the pool. But this I think is kind of like the perfect, so far anyway, I'm nearly at the end, but I think this is a perfect kind of light read, really easy reading, good holiday reading I would say, when you don't want anything too intense or anything that you have to really focus on because you're by the pool, there's people and distractions. I haven't loved it, but I do think it's an entertaining, like just good, easy reading for a holiday. If my opinion changes by the time I get to the end of the book, I will let you know. But I'm gonna go sit in the garden, soak up the last of the sun and probably get to the end of this book. So we'll see how we go.